Oh yeah, there's no way that this is gonna work. You're exactly right. There's no way this is gonna work. That'll fix everything. Just kidding, it hasn't fixed anything. Alright, here's the deal. Here's the deal. We're gonna figure out how to play this with the thing that we have now. Alright? This is not my controller setup. I don't know. But you know what? We're sailing in the middle of the ocean. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. We'll just figure it out. Because here we are. Here's Gold Rock City. By God, we are leaving Gold Rock City today. I don't care. Okay? That is what's happening. Let me move my game. There you go. Alright. We're on a boat. And we're leaving. And I have water in my boat. Currently, at this moment. So that's cool. Alright. Great. We're moving. We're gonna move. There's a storm like right there. It's fine. Oh, there's a rainbow though. Isn't that nice? That is a beautiful rainbow. So for right now, I'm not concerned about going especially far because the waters around here are very shallow, and also when there's storms like this in shallow water, it tends to be fairly glitchy. So we're probably just going to take some ship damage on account of the water just ceasing to exist for a second. I have to find my bucket. Here's my bucket. Okay. Oh no! No, my bucket! My bucket! Okay, I got it. I got it. It's fine. It's fine. We're cool. We're good. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. Just gotta get back in my boat here. Okay, bucket. Bucket. He's here. He's here. It's fine. Everything's okay. New control scheme made me drop the bucket. I just have to figure out which button. Oh, nope. Maybe. That's a rotation button. Okay, okay. Don't worry, we're moving. You know what? I have a different idea. Also. Okay. This functions. That's good enough. We're here. We're cleaning out our ship. It's working. Oh god. I don't want to be in the water anymore. I don't want to be here. Whoa. That was a big jump. I'm so scared that I'm gonna drop my bucket. Okay. Great. Alright. Alright. Oh. This is what you all signed up for. How you feeling about it? I feel as though we're taking on water, like, a lot, though? No, don't put me in the water. I have to stand, like, right on the edge of the ship bucket in order to, like, dump this off the side, so. Maybe if I dump it off the back, it'll be a little better. Will that help? I feel like that just dumped it back onto my ship. Also, it's getting to be nighttime. I can't see anything. There's so much water. But how are y'all doing today? Thank you for hanging out. Oh my god, there's so much water. Why is there so much water? Doing okay, that's good. I can't see the side of the ship anymore. So this is getting, like, increasingly perilous. Okay, okay, Bucket. You sit here for a second. Okay, you didn't. Cool. But I know where it is. That's fine. No, no, no. Okay, my bread's on the floor. I want to actually, like, make some progress here because we need to be going, like, this way. And we're not quite, which is, like, fine. But there's just storminess. I don't, you know, we might be able to square a little bit. Can't even tell which sail you are. You're the top, I think. It's so dark. Because we gotta make some forward progress. Are you the top sail? What is being put down now? Yeah, that was... What? You know, we can leave that a little bit. It's fine. It'll be fine. It's great. This will be okay. This may or may not be filling up more. I think it's filling at a noticeable pace. How's my food? Not bad enough that I have to eat this bread. It's fresh bread, though. Okay. Can't see a thing. Very dark. This is fine. I'm sleeping underwater. It's fine. Don't you do that all the time? It's fine. What direction we are going right now is close enough to north. We just need to get out of the storm and away from Gold Rock City. This is probably alright. I'm not gonna get out of bed. We're just gonna sleep through the night. Because I want it to be daytime so I can see what I'm doing, the storm should be gone, and then we can actually, like, make choices. Also, I forgot to mention, in case I just vanish all of a sudden, it's because we have a package coming that I have to sign for, and the FedEx guy who shows up here is one of the kind who, like, you know, he pops in, and then, oh, my ship maybe is draining on its own. That's nice. He pops in and is just like, knock on the door once and book it back to the truck kind of guy, you know? So, still dark. So if I don't get up, like, right away, he's going to walk away with the package. Okay. Okay. Great. 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 The ship. I don't know if the ship is draining on its own. Okay. What direction am I facing? First of all, not good. Not great. Where's the helm? Okay, I found it. Okay, I don't know what direction the wind is coming from. I don't know anything right now. Because it's so dark. It could be turning directly into the wind. I am not, though. I don't think. No. Good. Good. Well, how did I end up over there? Okay. This is fine. This is fine. We just have to make our way north. Figure out where we are once it's daylight. Like, I don't need to take a reading right now. We're gonna be still very much within view of Gold Rock City, so. And it looks like the sun is coming up. Finally, so. Alright, that's fine. Things spoke. You can see the water again. And there's Gold Rock City. Okay. Okay. We have made it some distance. I can now see what is happening on my ship. Which I value. That sail is out, I think. We'll organize the ship during the day. Once we actually can see, like, the wind and everything. And we get going, then we'll sort everything and make the ship look nice. Because boy, if everything is not just in the way constantly. Alright. Whew. Heading roughly north. So, the reason that we're heading north is because... Where's... Oh, my map's out here now. No, I'm gonna take this and put it back onto my wall. Right here. Kind of close enough. Not really, hold on. I can't. There we go. That's good enough. Alright, we're at Gold Rock City here. We're probably like right under the O or the L in Gold Rock. And we are heading up to Aestrin. So we're going northeast. But much more north than east. Which is essentially what we're doing now. That's great. That's lovely. You'll love to see it. Okay. Things have been accomplished. There's no more storm. Can you believe it? I'll even put this top down. Possibly only that one now that I'm thinking about it. The wind seems fairly strong, so. If I need my breb, I'll consume my breb. Still considered fresh. I'll take that. Could put it in soup. Could make it croutons, but... That's a broom. Oh god, I better make sure I know how to... Yeah, okay. Make sure I know how to do that before I chuck this off the side of the ship. Okay, we are moving at a fairly brisk pace for a brig. We're going about 6 knots. I am quite happy with that. The more important thing is it means that we are moving. Well, you know what? Whatever. Whatever. Slow down. Let's throw this bad boy down. Let's get going. We got places to be, right? I don't need to take a navigational thing right now because obviously Gold Rock City right there. Is my ship draining? It's not draining, but it's not getting worse. So, silver linings? I can see the edge of my boat now. I'm trying to like make sure that I don't dump the water like back onto the boat, you know? But it might just have like a constant leak that's perfectly aligned with how fast the scuppers automatically get rid of the water, you know? So I'm not actually gonna really make a dent in it. We'll see. We're so good on angle here. Yeah, I like this angle. You can see the helm. Of course, now that I'm looking at it, it won't. There we go. It moves on its own a little bit. It's self-correcting because our sails are properly set. So that's nice. But yeah, still wondering what went wrong with the controller layout? I have no idea. Thankfully, it appears that enough of my previous layout is still working that I can figure it out. You know. After stream, I'll try to get it all like back to the way that I had it. But not right now. Whoops. Pick up me bucket. Yeah, like honestly right now, as long as we can do stuff, that's fine with me. Dragon Sage, I am shocked. I am shocked that it was a regular Lars. Alright, maybe we're making some progress. But alright, I mean, I think we're making progress a little bit. Maybe I'll just tell myself that. I'll send you more bribes later. Alright, so let's clean this up a little bit. Because this is just, there's stuff everywhere. I don't know why I have barrels of salt. I must have purchased these to sell. It would presumably seem. That would be my guess. So, this is my charting kit, which I'm going to stick down in my house. In my little house down here. I wanna drop it. Yep, nope, stay. Good. We could go faster. Don't want to deal with how the spanker puts the ship off kilter. But it will make us go faster. Spankers are huge means of sail area, so... Alright, we'll have to correct that here shortly. I'm sure. Alright, what do we got going on here? Way to go, me. I just want this to be a little more balanced, you know? Great. 2 of those. This gold, I suspect, is very heavy. Let's put it back there. Coconut's probably also very heavy. But we're gonna get like a greater rocking of the boat if we keep them up here. So, let's throw these down into the dingy hold of my ship where it is filled with water, because that's fine. Because it'll help to stabilize the weight in the bottom, and then we won't rock quite so much. I probably shouldn't be covering like the entirety of my food sources. That's going to be annoying later, but it's not later right now, so. Great. What else is around here? We have this oakum. This is mail, which I guess I don't really want it to get wet. So let's just chuck it back here. It's not very heavy. And then what do we have up here? A bunch more coconuts and gold. It's fine to me if the front of the ship dips a little bit. Oh, this is just I should take from that barrel of water. we got 39 days for this stuff to get to Aestrin, but for the gold, we have 11 days. Not quite so great. That's a very fast trip, so I should balance that out. We can use this later once I actually, you know what? Let's just fill that. Did not mean to drop that. Come back. Alright, it's empty. Now, let's take this. I'm getting rid of so much water. I have a plan here, okay? Oh, I'm full. Dang it. Goodbye, barrel of seawater. You need my ship. Please don't damage it on your way out. Whoop! I'm off the ship again. Uh-oh. Come back. Oh, you're going so fast, Shippy. Shippy, come back. Shippy! Shippy, no! Oh, no! My ship! I'm so proud of her. She's going so fast. I'm never gonna catch it. We might have to reload from the last save. I've set her up too good. Hey, I still have my bucket. That's important. Hold on a second. That's my shift button. Or my rent. Left shift and right shift. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna start using like resources, my hunger and thirst, in order to catch up with my boat. We're gonna see if I can get there. I think I'm catching up, right? I'm getting closer, I think. Maybe. Oh yeah, I'm getting closer for sure. I'm catching my boat. Using like all of my food and water resources to do it. But look at how fast she's going. Oopsie, didn't want to go down. I want to go up, please. Okay, we're almost there. Almost there. Yippee! We're here! We did it! Okay. Let's not do that again, huh? That was a little scary. It's cool. We got water to make up for how much water I just spent trying to catch up to my ship. Now every time I go in this banister, we're all gonna stress out I'm gonna fall off my ship again. At nighttime, that's like basically a death sentence. You can't see your ship anymore, you know? Oh no! No, 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 no! No, not again! Not again, Shippy! Okay, okay, we're fine. We're fine, we're cool. thought maybe I would be safer if I did it this way. Hey, we're drained! We did it! Oh, Christ. Well, that was a whole ordeal, but look at this! We got an actual functional ship again. I don't super want to be heading northwest like that, but it's my own fault for having that spanker the way it is. Oh! The helm is going to be correcting itself a little bit, according to the spanker. I'll see how we balance out after a bit. We are following the trade winds, so hopefully we keep this wind direction for quite a while. Starting to feel as though the boat works better when it's got water inside. I can't hear you over the sound of the water. Shush! It's a wee bit hard to hear you. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Where's this? That's fair. I do see that it's a bit loud. Hey! Hey! Dragon Sage, that was a distraction! You let water in my ship. How could you do this? But hi, Shivia. How you doing? Nice to see you. Oh, you know what? I bet that it's so loud because when I patched back to the previous version, my settings for the master volume probably went away. I didn't really contemplate that, so you're probably right. It was louder than I intended for it to be. Well, as long as you heard my shrieks of panic as my ship disappeared onto the horizon, you're good to go. Okay, we need to start thinking about other stuff that's not panic. We've got fish, which I noticed that somebody has allowed to slip onto the floor. I have cracks in my ship, that's probably fine. But I am getting hungry. Of course my fishing pole has no hook. Do I have fishing hooks? Whoopsie. Oh, I've ruined everything. I've grabbed it on accident. Our nicely made little tower here. Oh no. Fine. This just goes over here for now. I think, yes, this has hooks in it. Alright. Alright. Oh! No, 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 no! I am unbearable today. I'm using like an entire jug of water just to catch up to my ship. How did I fall off? I was just fishing and minding my own business. Okay, okay, I'm here. Ugh. Alright, with the new control scheme, I have to figure out what button, scroll, no, scroll. Have that? Hold on a second. Can I please change this to like 8 and 5, please? Thank you. I do still have my fishing rod. I put it away. Part of the reason that the boat got so far away was because I put it away before I went to go back for the ship, so. I did once fail a journey, just within Aestrin, even, because I, dropped my fishing pole over the side and was unable to feed myself. So, I learned my lesson. Look at Gold Rock City. Getting smaller on the horizon. We're going. Alright, so do I want... Let's see. That's a tuna, which is pretty good for smoking. They respond well to smoking in terms of not using all my resources. That big shimmertail, I'm probably just going to eat. Because it takes 6 years to smoke one of those, so... But thank you, Shuvio, for your concern. Fish? Did I have a hook? Where are you, fish? Okay, do I not have a hook? I have a hook. You feel like one of these big annoying fish. Those shimmertail things. Can you be a salmon? Those are like really nutritious. Speaking of salmon, we're gonna go have sushi later. And it's gonna be delicious. I'm gonna keep fishing until my hook breaks. Although I should... Like, we've got some slippy shippy going here. But I'm kind of hoping it'll just fix itself when I go to sleep. And I'm just gonna keep going. Yeah, I know. I'm hungry. What do you think I'm doing? Because I still see that we have a wake, so we're still moving. Flippy Shippy's just kind of annoying. The Gold Rock City is getting smaller in the background, and that's what I care about. This has been a nightmare. Fish! I hunger for your flesh. Please. No. Nobody. You're the worst. You understand me? I'm stepping away from the edge before I put that back in there. Alright. They're not very, hunger reducing. If they're not cooked or anything. Well, I guess I could just cook them. Yep, there were 3 fish in the sea, and I got all of them because I'm a master fisher. I think I could just literally cook them, like grill them, and that probably would take a lot less, wood. Because smoking them takes forever. Who are you? Ooh. Hello. Mr. Oops. No, go away. I want to look at this fish. Mr. Sunspot Fish. Hello, you're cute. Alright. What if we throw you on there? Can we throw 2 fish on here? Can I cook 2 fish at once? Oh, I can probably cook 3 fish at once, but I've got my pot there. That's fine. Well, but it seems kind of a waste. Like, if I'm gonna use the wood anyway. Yeah, okay. I think Slippy Shippy's probably fine. We're mostly self-correcting. Yes, it used my hook. Okay, fine. I'm gonna get 1 more fish, because I think that's what I can fit on there. Hopefully before it gets dark. Picked up the box again, didn't mean to do that. Maybe tomorrow we can clean the ship or something. But for now... For now, we focus on sustenance, because I don't want to go through... If I have access to food that is not the food on my ship, I want to prioritize that. Because then, when I, like, run out of fish hooks or whatever, I have, like, a backup, or if I accidentally drop my fishing pole over the side or something. These fish. I just want 1 more before my tuna spoils. And sitting on deck all day. The way that this is moving now, by the way, like pretty aggressively side to side, is like a glitch, a physics glitch in the game, but it's much more accurate to the way that ships actually feel in real life. It's not just like 100% back and forth. Kind of just feel like you're roiling. Okay, the fish have decided that they have ceased to exist. It would appear. Say goodbye to Gold Rock City. We're not going to be able to see it tomorrow. Alright, fish. Fish, I'm done with you. Don't think that you've won. It's that I've quitted. It's that I've quit. That's better. Which one of these is open? None of these are open? Not a single one of these. I keep taking it! I don't mean to. I'll fix it later. Alright. I don't know how long you need to cook, fish. Be cool about it. Look at how much we're moving. Like, side to side, that's a lot. Like, I don't super want to correct my sails, because we're about to go to sleep, and then either it's gonna fix Slippy Shippy. Oh god, there's a thing in the water. Don't slippy my shippy right into that, please. I do not need something breaking my ship right now. So yeah, we are gonna go to sleep, and then it's either gonna fix Slippy Shippy or I'm gonna reset, so either way. We went past that thing pretty fast. We schmoovin'. But yeah, I'm sure you can see that probably ships in real life don't move like this. I would like to be able to sleep overnight. Means I do want, like, a lot of water. How many fish? Fresh raw. Won't cook faster, guys. Do not let me go to sleep while those fish are still cooking. Or I will burn them. But at the same time, cook faster, my friends. It's so dark. Where's my box? There it is. I remembered what? Oh no. What did I stand to forget? The fish. I'm just gonna stand in this nice little spot of light. I don't think my ship really needs any maintaining right now. I guess what I could do while these are cooking is, whoops. I could go downstairs. Oh, there's water in my ship. Hello. We can fix that tomorrow. It's not that bad of a leak. I can go and refill this so I don't have to run down here in the middle of the night. That's the stairs. I can't see anything. You guys are still raw. You're being incinerated, my friends. Please. I would like to sleep. So, while we're chilling here, I might have already asked this. Is anybody doing anything fun this weekend? Anybody have exciting plans? Didn't I have a cucumber? Who was the vegetable person? Wasn't somebody responsible for my vegetables? And did I have a vegetable that fell off the table somewhere? Because if I get scurvy, I will blame you. The Path of Exile? Nice. They also... Husbando was telling me they did a new patch for Diablo 2 randomly. Which is weird and not at all what I would have expected at Shiviel's job. My band's got a concert on Saturday. Yeah, it does seem like it's been a little while. Oh, I want to sleep. You think these guys will be fine if I go to sleep? On a scale of 1 to no, do you think they'll be fine? New league is tomorrow. Well, I hope that you have a lot of fun. It's so dark. I just... Okay, what if I just sleep for a little bit? What if I didn't sleep like the whole night? I just slept for... But they've been cooking for so long! I am a fool. Well, but they would have been bad if I didn't cook them. Like, overnight. I should have sliced them. Oh, if I sliced them and then cooked them, they would have cooked faster. Well, I didn't cook them earlier because I was trying to get a third fish, and then the sea only has 2 fish in it, so... Guys, please. Have we made way yet? We have. After 12 minutes in which my Steam input thingy wasn't working. But I'm doing like a hybrid controller keyboard thing right now. I'll fix it after stream. Right now, I'm desperately waiting for these fish to cook so I can go to sleep. Otherwise, they're gonna burn. How long will this trip take? 3 or 4 months? In real time? I mean... This guy has to be getting closer to done, right? Like, he's a different color. You a different color? He's definitely a different color. He's almost done. This guy, not convinced. So, oh, I guess that was the moment that he was cooked. Fresh off the grill. Beautiful. What about you? This guy's not even close, right? He looks like a tuna still. I'm going to sleep. I am going to sleep. In-game and real-time? Well, hopefully in-game we make it in less than 12 days. Because that's when my gold is due. But real-time, I mean, it depends on how long the trade winds continue to support us. The purpose of the trade winds, the reason that trade happens the way it does, is because the winds tend to be favorable very consistently. But that doesn't mean that they're going to stay for the entire trip, especially as we get closer to Astron, because that place is just a mess. Was there water in the boat? Don't we have a bucket? I was busy. Said not to let you go to sleep while the fish wasn't cooked. I'm taking a gamble on that tuna. I'm gonna go up and check it now. Can't see. Tuna fish? Tuna fish. Oh, he's cooked. He's cooked. He's not burnt. Look at this guy. You'll love to see it. I can't see anything. Alright. Great. Sleeping through the night. Wonderful. It's gonna be morning by the time we wake up. Because we have enough sleep bar left. But yeah, so it depends on how fast the trade winds take us. We were, even not full sail, we were still going 6 knots. So that's really not that slow for a brig. Under full sail, I haven't checked, but we were full sail. Most of the way so far. Ouija, you did miss me falling off the ship repeatedly. And because it was going so fast, I couldn't really keep up with it. Alright, are we still... Yeah, okay. We can't withstand slippy shippy constantly. So, we're gonna fix it. All I have to do is just restart the game. Like, give me a second. How'd you get on? I shrieked and swam as fast as I could and burned through half of my body's supply of water, but I did catch it. I was just trying to use a bucket on my ship, and I slipped off the side because we don't have stanchions. Who decided not to put stanchions on my boat? Okay. Okay. Now we shouldn't have Slippy Shippy anymore. Continue. Today. It's working. Can you believe? Alright. Let's get going because the winds are still just behind us. This is great. If I go quick enough, I don't need to worry about having only put the foremast sails down. Why does the game start with, like, the sound of a cow's hiccup? I think it's supposed to be like a creaking door or something, right? The sounds, like, the sound design in this game is kind of funny. Wait, which way is the wind right now? Yeah, no, it's this way. Alright. And then we get our little jib out here. He's fine. And now what direction are we going? Oh, look at that. Perfect. We're so cool. We are starting our day. We've got this lovely angle that I'm going to have to adjust ever so slightly, although the helm is doing a pretty decent job. It's going to kind of correct itself. Now, up here, we can't see Gold Rock City anymore. It should be kind of like over here-ish. But we're out. We outie. So, we're gonna have to start taking readings. And I did not take one during the night, so... We got a few things. I mean, I guess I should probably bail a little bit. So, anybody who knows me in chat is gonna know that I have oakum. I purchased oakum in order to fix my ship while we are moving. But that requires me to use a consumable. And I think we all know how I feel about that. So, the ship isn't really hurt that bad. Therefore, do we really need the oakum right now? You feel me? Like, we could wait until the ship is doing a bit worse, you know what I'm saying? Because the ship will be doing worse. Make no mistake. What surprised me a bit is your willingness to buy the resources. In this, specifically, there is no, like... It's not like potions in an RPG where it's like, if I just do this better, then maybe I don't need it, right? Like, you have to drink water. So... it makes it feel better because you know that it's just like, it's a part of the quest. You know? But the oakum, not necessarily part of a quest. That's just for convenience. I'm not sure how much I believe in convenience. What was I going to do? Excuse me. Ooh. Chat, which of you put my pot back on my stove? I put it on the table. There are ghosts in here? Alright, we're going quite fast. About 9 knots. Very good. Okay, we don't have any water in the ship. Look at us. Look at us go. This... How do I feel about this? I think I feel good about this, but let's fix it a little bit. Where is the wind? No, this should have been fine. Alright. Directionally, we should have shifted a little bit. Yeah. But this is nice. Very nice angle. We've got everything balanced out here. Looking good. Now I was going to do... Oh, take a reading. Right. So. Where is... Okay, it's still very early in the morning. Just kidding. Can we take a vote regarding the oakum? Sure. If you want to. Use it or don't. So basically, oakum, you apply it to these cracks, right? And it will temporarily plug the... Excuse me. Plug the cracks. It does not last forever, and the more... Oh, my scuppers took care of it. The more you use oakum, the faster it wears away. Like you're just patching your patches, basically, gradually. So... And I do have those 3 barrels up top and these 3 barrels down here. So that's what we've got as far as oakum is concerned. I'm kind of just putzing around until noon and we can take a reading. Thanks, Shavia. want to see something while we're just kind of hanging out here. Yeah. I do not believe you can see what I am doing currently. I am analyzing. In the back end. Where is this? What? What? I have a little mappy. Where me mappy? Hey Shade, nice to see ya. How you doing? Enjoy your time with your family. This is the wrong thing. There we go. I don't know why I couldn't find that before. Okay. Believe I have done what I wanted to do in the background. We have just been waiting for noon anyway, so it's fine. I almost stepped off of the ship again. We're actually going to use a chrono compass for this. I would like to be as specific as possible for our first reading. 31 essentially. It's not quite time for the rest of it, but you can kind of get a guess just looking at it before noon. Hello, vote in the poll. Right, almost noon. When the 0 crosses over north, it'll be noon. Whoopsie. I've done it now. Reveal, I don't know what to tell you. No water in boat, good. Alright. Oh, thanks. Oakham is panic mode, I think. Honestly. We get the community we deserve. So yeah, I mean, it's basically looking like 31-4. So that's, yeah, that's fine with me. I accept that answer. Oh, not my chrono compass. And this would be... Yeah. Yeah, it would be like about right. Okay. Okay. So... Yes. That checks out. So, as we proceed here, let's do... See if I can make this work, eh? I've got this. I've got this lovely map here, okay? Now, we can actually mark where we are. And we can remember. So, we just calculated. Let me... Can I make like an X? I'm actually gonna make a triangle. Because that's what you're supposed to do. So, we just calculated 31-ish, just shy of 31. Just like past the line of 31. 4. So basically, we came around the outside of Gold Rock City, right? And here's the line where 30 turns into 31. We were not at 30, we were at 31. I don't know if you can even see my cursor. You can, right? Anyway, so we're basically like here-ish right now. Yes, cursor is visible. But I guess we don't know how far into 4 we are, you know? So it's kind of more likely we're, like, here. So there's our first, we're marking, you know, as much as we can here. And we will take another reading later, and we will gradually see our course. Is the plan. Because I do actually, you know, want to keep track of it on a long voyage like this. So get on the table. Yeah, look at our wake. We're doing so good. Oh, the other thing, I guess, is something else that you're supposed to do here. If we pull this back up. Yes, you do need to date your markings. So we need to draw. This is actually going to be easier in Microsoft Paint. We need to draw a straight line from where we are to where we're trying to go, which is Mount Malefic. Well, I mean, technically it's Fort Aestrin, but like anywhere in here. Fort Aestrin is like right here. So we take this. And now, because we're in Word, this is essentially the angle, right, that our compass needs to be. So if we take that and extend it through the compass, I gotta shift it a little bit. So somewhere in Aestrin, that's fine. This is where the arrow on our compass should be pointing, right, in order to make sure that we're on track. So you get a little bit more specific than just northeast, you know? And most people would have a compass that looks like this with the degrees. The degrees around the outside are... let me just go back to the game real quick. The degrees around the outside are really helpful on a compass, and we don't have those. You can see that we're going a little bit further north than east than we should. But it's just kind of the way that we're holding right now because of the sails. Like, we could balance the sails a little bit more to contribute to us going in that angle. But the problem is that I would rather compensate too far north and then having to go east. I forgot to close the thingy. I'll come back to it in a second. I would rather go too far north and then east than go too far east and then have to go northwest because of the way that the wind is blowing. Which is why I'm, you know, fairly happy with how we're jiving here. But the numbers around the compass are very helpful because when you are on the helm and the captain gives you a heading, that's what they're going to give you. You're going to walk up to the helm and you're going to relieve the person who's on the helm. And they're going to say steering, whatever. Steering, in our case, it's going to be like steering 30-ish. 20 to 30. So maybe like 23. Steering 23. And then you go and you put your hand on the helm and you say, relieving the helm, steering 23. And they say, helm is relieved, steering 23. You say it over and over and over again to make sure that you're staying on the right path. And it's really helpful to have this on your compass, the actual degrees, so that you know what you're doing. But unfortunately, this game does not. Steering 320, yep. Suddenly you're like, oh god, where am I? So... Can I make this, like, super tiny? So this would be 12:30. Is there any way we can mark the day? We should just probably commit to marking once per day. Because there's no, like, calendar in the game, so we're just gonna call it day 1, I think. So there we go, that's fine. And you can see our compass, I've balanced it out so that we're honestly a little bit closer to like 15 than we are 20, but it's cool, it's fine, you know? We are actually navigating the ocean here. And that's fancy. I've had some water build up, that's for sure. But it's not too bad to take care of. We can also take night readings. But those will not be as specific. So the best you can do there is figure your rough speed and just your direction and latitude. I would love, like, to actually have co-op in this. Like, I know, like, the minutia of it, like, the day-to-day would be kind of like, yeah, you know, just kind of chilling here. But imagine just, like, one person in chat is fishing and one person is waiting for it to be noon so they can take a reading, and that would be so nice. One person's staring at the carrots. One of the most venerated jobs aboard. I do be getting hungry, speaking of. See, we're already using our water. And we're barely out of sight of Gold Rock City. That's why we have so much. Food. What do we want to do with food? I might just eat some salted salmon because it makes me thirsty. Because it's so salty. But I don't want to eat too much of it because I want to have that to control my hunger on a more specific basis. It doesn't feed me that much, so if there's ever a time when I don't want to sleep for very long, but I need to eat in order to sleep, that's a good thing to have. Yes, we would very much need to do a lot more fishing, a lot more planning of supplies, because everybody would need to have food. I want to adjust this just a little bit, because we're going to go into nighttime, and I want to make sure that we're sailing at like 20, 23 as we go. Assuming that the wind stays the same, of course. Trimming sails, right? Angle of the helm looks... I mean, we're creeping, but it's stabilizing toward the middle, which is fine. I like this. I'm good with this. There's water in my boat. But it's never a lot, so it's fine. Now, as we take readings at night, we need to think about... I guess we would always just call it day 1, probably. Like, we don't need to differentiate between day 1 and, like, the morning of day 2. It's just there's 2 readings per day, right? Well, let's just enjoy the ride here for a second. Isn't this relaxing? Isn't this nice? But we need... I think I'm just gonna dip into like an orange, because I'm gonna need it for scurvy purposes. So that's why I'm not fishing. Because I am getting hungry, as you see, but I don't want to eat until we're ready to go to bed, basically. Also, I kind of wonder, as we get into nighttime, let me go back to... I don't think that I saw it. In here, do we have... No, we don't. Okay. We are using a triangle. Yeah, I knew that I did this for a reason. We're using a triangle because we don't actually have the symbols in Microsoft Paint, as you might expect, that we would need to accurately mark this like it were a sailing chart. Triangles are used for like 3-point reckoning. It's where you have more information, right? You have more information than we do. We are using dead reckoning, which is basically, this is where I was, this is how fast I'm going, this is what my compass says, I'm probably here, right? So that should have a semicircle around it, but we don't have a semicircle, so we're just gonna use a triangle because nobody's gonna care. And very shortly we can take our nighttime quadrant reading. And then we can go sleepies. So I asked the question earlier, what is everybody doing this weekend? And I don't know that I thought about what we're doing this weekend. We're still playing Cassette Beasts. Also, is Morty actually on camera? Is it moving? Because Morty is, like, around. I don't know why it's not looking at him. Can we look at Morty, please? Thank you. But we're still in the midst of Cassette Beasts. Husbando's at that stage of the game playing process where he, like, just wants to... He could just go to the end of the game, right, at any time, but he's committed to whatever task he has at hand. Where is my quadrant? Here. Alright. Where's the North Star? Well, one would presume it's toward the front of the ship, right? Just can't really see where I am. Ah, yes. Whoopsie. Do not drop my quadrant overboard, please. Wrong button. So this is like... My reading can't be right. I'm a little too high. That's a little better. This is like a 30... 32? Hard to tell. Also, I can't see anything. Where? Okay, there's the helm. Here's this room. Hold on. Okay, we can see again. So yeah, I think probably, that was like a 32-ish, 33. So again, if we take this, and we assume our previous course, right, has been fairly consistent, which is this. That's approximately 23 if you look up to the compass. Then that's the direction we've been heading. We are now like 32-ish, 33. So we would be... I can't quite like move this correctly. Hold on. I gotta make it overlapped. There we go. We're like there-ish, right? Might not be quite that far north. It's hard to tell. I'll make this look nicer after stream. But we're gonna call this... Why does that not look right in my brain? It's midnight, right? It's just because it doesn't have the colon, I guess. We're making very good headway. Well, the trade winds are behind us, so... So yeah, I mean... We're not doing too bad. Just up here. Gold Rock City in the distance. Obviously, we still have a long way to go, but... I need an orange, please. Where's my orange? Where do I keep my oranges? Oh, also, I guess I need to turn this off. The orange was a blessing in disguise. I keep moving things. I keep hitting the wrong button. Delicious. Okay. I'm so lost without that light. Alright, alright, alright. Bedtime. Bedtime, sleepy time. I think we get to tomorrow night. See how we're progressing. And... probably call that good for now, you know? Watch there be a storm or something that just completely ruins everything. And there are mods you can download in this game to, like, tell you your coordinates and stuff. Like, I think it just displays it, like, over the helm. Ooh, we are healing. Possible that the winds have changed. I'm gonna risk it. I am growing increasingly concerned. We'll figure out where we are if we've been blown off course. That's fine. Alright, things must have calmed down, I guess. I might wake up a little early. Yeah. That's fine. I prefer this. How are we doing? We are healing and we are zooming. Good lord. We do be zooming. Where's my chip log? not sure the Chippewa is even gonna be able to read this. Yeah, it's struggling with the waves. But we're still doing good. We're gonna get up to yeah, the wind has changed. Which is fine. That is an easy fix, but we might need to take the tops down because look how much we're healing. I don't want to take water over the beam, so I'll drop the tops, I suppose. I mean, the spanker is going to be the biggest culprit, really. But let's keep it a little chill. Like, we want to be healing because then, you know, we're going fast. Let's readjust our course as well because it's blown us a little bit north. Like a little more northward than I would like. That should fix itself. We're fixing ourselves? Yes. Alright. Great. Great and beautiful. Yeah, we are gonna start having water, like, come over the side with the angle of the wind and everything. Waves are not the worst in terms of their angle. You don't ever really want them to be coming, like, dead from the side. That's called beam seas. It's very easy to tip like that. Hey, Saki, nice to see you. How you doing? Whales! Did I ever tell the story about the iceberg when I was on the ship? That was a flagship Niagara story, not the most recent one. That was many years ago. I think maybe I have, but I am thirsty. Thank you, Stocky, for the resub. Appreciate you. How have you been? I need some juice. Give juice. I'm out of sailing terms. So, it was the first time... I guess I'll drink some more. Oh, no. Well, I mean, at least you weren't the only one who messed up, right, Stocky? Blizzbar 2 in 20 minutes. Husbando really wanted a new computer, like, just for the purposes of playing that. I'm gonna take another orange, and then we're actually gonna go fishing. But, so I was new to sailing. As a matter of fact, I think it was my second day with Captain Wes. Like, second day ever on a ship. And we were in the middle of, I guess it would have been Lake Erie. So there was really nothing you didn't need to worry about things, you know? So he's like, you, go up on lookout, have, I think at the time she would have been an ordinary seaman, which is not as low a rank as it might sound. Have Sydney teach you what to do on lookout. Okay, fine. So I went up there. It was like 3 in the morning because that's how ships work, right? You do 4-hour shifts, 4-hour watches, right? And super fun to be pulled into a 40-minute meeting with 3 big cheeses. Oh no. Well, hopefully it just becomes water under the bridge, right? Hopefully. So I was learning how to be on lookout. I was but a wee lass, Probably, if I think about it, I would have been 15, maybe? I don't have a hook anymore. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna bring this... Are you an eel? Ugh, eels are so good at being food. They're such good guys. That's logs. So yeah, I was like 15, up at 3 in the morning because I happened to... That was the watch I happened to be on. And the ship, Niagara, had either had just gone through the Welland Canal or was about to. Either way, water under the poop deck. I'll get there when I get there. Like I'm not still a wee lass. Fair. Fair. Never made it above 5 feet, but so yeah, we had either just gone through the Welland or we were about to. But point is, that's a series of locks, right? It's a canal. So you sail into one of them and then they raise or lower the water and you do that over and over again, right? That's what that is. For the flagship Niagara, if you look up a picture of that ship online, you'll see it looks almost the same as the ship that we're on right now. Which means, excuse me, fish, you're like in the way. All of these square sails, you can see that they're suspended on yard arms, or the wooden pieces that hold the sail sideways, horizontally. Those all need to be tilted. Did they take... No, they didn't take my hook. Okay. So, I'm gonna put... Oh, and that's a salmon. This is really good. Who put my pot on the stove? Chat? Stop it! Those yard arms need to be tilted, because otherwise, when the ship drops down, right, when the water is lowered, they'll get stuck on one or both sides of the lock. Because you're going down into like this skinny little waterway and then you're being lowered down. So you need to take these yard arms and you need to... I should be ready to take a reading as well. What time is it? Not especially time. You need to tilt them, which means you have to usually use the capstan, which we don't have a capstan. It would be like right here. And you unfasten the yard arms from the mast, and then you tilt them vertically. Ships like schooners don't need to worry about that because they don't have square sails. And so the point of saying all of this is that we did that at that point in order to either get ready to go into the canal, or we hadn't fixed it after coming out. I'm pretty sure it was before we went in because the whole point is that I was exhausted. That's really, really intense work because obviously you're moving around yard arms that are thousands and thousands of pounds. And I was just exhausted. Stocky, this is still a story about the iceberg, in case you were wondering what has occurred that you have caused. So my point in all of this is to say I was so exhausted. I had a bowl of cereal prior to my watch. And it was Lucky Charms, in fact. Because we had just left port. So we still had milk, like that was a thing you could still keep cool for like a day or two. And so I had this bowl of cereal. And I was so tired, I remember, that I spilled some of it because I had fallen asleep holding it in my lap, you know? So that was the level of tired that I was. I was falling asleep sitting up. And so I went on lookout to learn from Sydney how to be on lookout. And one of the things that's always stressed to you is if you see something, just go tell the captain. It doesn't matter if you think that it's stupid. Doesn't matter if you think it's not important or like, oh, yeah, maybe that's not actually a thing. Go tell the captain, you know? And then the captain can make the choice about whether it's important or not. Oh, look at how I did this fish. So handsome. So, being 15-year-old me, I took that to heart, you know? As I should have. And I won a bunch of kinds of fish. This is gonna need a new piece of wood here in a second. This is the middle of the night. 3 a.m., whatever. Oh, did I put a piece of wood in there? Possibly. What time is it? Almost time, in fact. We'll do it this way again. Theo looks singed already. He's normally brown. I'm gonna try to just hope that he's okay until I take this reading. So we're still at about 4. This is like 4-ish 3. But now we are at 2, 4. We're at like 33, 34. Yeah. Basically 34. So basically 4:34. And we will mark that in a second. And so it was really dark outside, you know. How's me eel? He is still raw. And I'll eat this guy because he's the worst. Am I Slippy Shippy again? No? Question mark? Yeah, we're heading like fairly north, so. So it was really dark outside. And I see something in the distance. And I'm like, should I tell the captain about this? What is this? Because I'm standing... Lookout on the Niagara occurs right here in front of the foremast. There's a big pile of dock lines and stuff. And you just stand up on the dock lines and look out over the front of the ship. So I'm standing here, like this. And I'm looking and I'm like, there's something like right here. What is this? It's huge. You see a thing? What do you see, Ouija? So, you know, I'm looking out. I'm over here. That cloud just disappeared. And I'm like, eventually, after what feels like half an hour of debating what this thing is, but probably was like 3 minutes because I was exhausted, I was like, okay, they said to tell the captain. Oh, yeah, I'm just telling the captain that I see a thing. Exactly. The moon. I was like, okay, they told me to talk about anything that I see, so I'm gonna go see the captain. So I'm standing here, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go see the captain. The Niagara looks somewhat like this, so I go up here. Captain West is standing right here on the bridge, because Niagara doesn't have a poop deck, so he's just standing on the bridge right here. And I'm like, okay, Captain. And 15-year-old me, utterly exhausted from going through the Welland Canal, tells the captain with a straight face, Captain, I think that there's an iceberg. And that wouldn't even be necessarily such a weird thing to say if it wasn't July in the northern hemisphere. And it was like 80 degrees outside. And the captain, bless his heart, it's why he has always been my favorite captain that I've ever sailed under, just looked at me and smiled and said, okay, thank you very much for letting me know. He took it so, like, calmly. It made me feel like, after I got more sleep and I realized how stupid I was, it made me feel like really, really special, you know? He was just so nice about it. So, evermore, though, I was the one who said that we were going to run into an iceberg in July. And that has stayed with me. For, obviously, years. Oh my god, a lot of years. Now that I'm doing the math, oh, that's concerning. Eel? Alright. Eel's still okay. How's our course here? Where's the king? Over here? Which one is the king? Oh, this is the king. Okay. I don't super want to be going that far north. Like, it's fine, but there's always a non-zero chance. You're telling me there's a chance. Alright, so our course now, right? And like I said, I'm gonna make this map look nicer when we're done here, so... Our course now toward Aestrin has been almost completely north. So from here, we have gone, like, very largely north. And this is what a real map looks like. It ends up having, like, a bunch of lines. So very nearly north is what we've been going. And we were at essentially 34.4, right? Which is impossible, which means that my reading is incorrect. It was probably 34.3. Because we couldn't be going northeast and be at 4, right? So it was probably 34.3, just because it doesn't... If you look at the... Hold on, I'll show you. I'll show you what I mean. Boink! If you look at the device that we used for our reading, you can see that up top... Well, I guess it's to the left now. Over by south, on the left, there's not a dot for every 1, right? There's a dot for every 2. And if I make even minor adjustments to this thing according to the angle of the sun, like this, you can see it moves, like, quite a lot. So you kind of have to use your critical thinking a little bit to be like, oh, well, this can't be 4, right? So we were probably closer to 3, and I just didn't quite have the angle of the sun lined up for the needle. But the 34, we're feeling, you know, if it's not 34.4, then it's 34.3. We're just gonna call it 3 because we know that it's not 4. It could be 2, but the logical closest thing is 34.3. How far into 34? Hard to say because, you know, in this game, measures of speed are not... Like, speed versus distance is hard to tell, so... Captain Watch the Fish, thank you, Cheville. So we're gonna assume 34.3, probably fairly close to 34, because like I said, that is not 100% clear. So we're gonna guesstimate, right, that we are right about here. And that's gonna be day 2 at 1200. So we do be going, eh? We are gonna be, like, here, right? This is what we have just changed. So we're making progress. This accounts for the fact, obviously, that we just drifted fairly north for most of the day, you know? And now we're kind of correcting back to the east a little bit. I think that I would like to go just a little bit harder east, because number 1, we have the room to compensate for it, and number 2, it's really the spanker that's swinging us this way. And number 2, that's the direction the wind is coming from, so that'll help us a little bit with the speed. I would like to adjust this just a little bit. Fish, Reveal said. Fish. They are still fresh, but we should not let them spoil. Which means we need to keep cooking them. That's better. I mean, now, right, we should double check. We should do our due diligence as navigators. And we should check the line that we are supposed to be taking. Right? There's through the middle. And this is approximately still, we're still at about 20, right? Technically, if you want to go straight through Fort Astron, which is kind of what we were doing before, it'd be a little bit more like this. So it'd be closer to like 27. Each of these ticks in between here is 1. It would be closer to like 27. So then the question obviously becomes, if we look at our compass, and we are looking through the front of the ship from the center, are we going 27? I would say yes. We are going a decent 27, possibly as much as 30, but that's alright. It says that this is a fresh raw tuna, but he's looking a little toasty. Oh, yep, there he goes. He do be delicious right at this moment. You'll love to see it. And, because I've never actually pointed it out, I don't think, at the bottom here, where we have the cheese next to my health, which is the yellow thing, it'll turn into a lemon or an orange when I start to get scurvy. So if you happen to notice that, let me know and I'll eat an orange. Navigation to me has always been one of the most fun parts of sailing. Also, Cheville, I would love to have any kind of chat integration with this. That would be so much fun. The developer should put it in for the 5 people who want that. I hear either whales or a ship that's about to crash into my ship. Somewhere there's whales. We don't need oakum. We've got a bucket. Oh yeah, no, that fish was as fresh as it was gonna get, man. I'm putting that right into my mouth. See, that's the secret. If you incinerate your taste buds, then when you have to eat the weirder things, it doesn't bother you as much. Oh, there's the whale. He's just right here. Jump again, buddy. No? He gone. Sad. It's going to be nighttime. I don't want to adjust my sails during the night. We're still trending a little bit further north than east. That's alright. I will just give the helm a little nudge before I go to sleep. It's not going to last all night. The helm doesn't... There he is. The helm does not stay where you put it. Lokasa, thanks for the lizard treats. Appreciate you. How you doing? And I guess I should probably maybe explain how the helm works on a ship. So ships have rudders, right? They have the fin on the bottom that moves and that channels the water around the bottom of the ship such that it moves in a direction, right? We have a helm, which is a wheel attached to that thing. Some ships have tillers, which is what I'm used to, which is just a big old pole that connects to it instead. It more directly moves the tiller. So I'm about to drop this and I don't want to drop it off of the ship. So the force of the water is exerting pressure on the fin on the bottom of the ship, right? The drag through the water can drag that fin around if you just point it in a direction. So the purpose of trimming sails is to make the force that's exerted on the ship go in the same direction, ideally, as that fin is pointing, so that it stays in place. You're used to driving stick. Exactly. I'm used to the more manual form. Because if you're using a tiller, then in order to go right, you have to move the tiller left. It's backwards. Yeah, we are very north now. But you see, so the wind is coming from this direction. Like, it's blowing past, like, behind my head right now. So if I move this steering wheel, this helm, way to the left and then let it go, the force of the wind and the way that my sails are trimmed, you can see, is starting to move the fin underneath the ship back toward where it runs seamlessly through the water. And that's why I can't just choose a direction and go, right? And that's why you have to trim sails. Because you have to change the force that's being exerted on the ship and where. So that you can maintain course. Right now, that's what this king spoke here at the top, that's what the king spoke is for. It's letting you know whether the rudder is straight. When the king spoke is directly up top, that means that the rudder is just straight, horizontal, along, it's parallel to the bottom of the ship, going forward to back. Bow to stern. There's a book called The Symmetry of Sailing. That sounds like exactly the perfect way to describe it. Symmetry. Alright, we're gonna take a night reading, if only I remembered where I put my quadrant. My fish! Oh, okay. I'll eat my fish in a minute. The fire has gone out, so nothing is going to burn. We know that for sure. The symmetry of sailing is where you put all the dead boats. I see what you did there. I can't see anything. Alright, front of the ship, because we're heading northish. Where is the North Star? Okay, hold on. I can't see. Alright. There it is. Oh, that's fairly simple. These are increments of 5, so 35. We're like directly on the line. Easy, easy. Which means... Let me just see how we're proceeding here. Yeah, we're basically directly north. Okay, hold on. Basically 35 means... Once again... And as I said before, for the people who actually understand how to do this, no, we're not supposed to be using triangles, but we are. We have been heading mostly north. About 10-ish, you know. Which means we have deviated from our earlier course a little bit. From our previous reading, and we just read that we were at 35, like straight up 35, which means we are on the line of 35. Approximately, I can never make this triangle line up. Approximately right here. The wind was not as good today, for sure, because remember, day 1 into day 2, it was directly behind us. We were running, and today, it was kind of... I don't know, probably 4 points off port stern. So not quite as good, which is why we didn't make it as far, right? Oh, I've done these backwards. I haven't been consistent in my format. Whoopsie. I didn't also want this to be here, so I wanted it to be over here. Technically, these are even supposed to be, like, different in terms of, I want to just be able to move this. Thank you. These should be formatted differently, but whatever. It's fine. And so this is where we stand, right? We're not quite halfway. But a little more than, like, 40%, I guess, maybe? 40% of the way. So we're doing alright, you know? Next time we could also take Millnead readings. Millnead is a star specific to this game. And I could show you how to do that instead. But for now, I am just going to save by going to sleep since it's nighttime. And we're gonna find somebody to raid. Once I wake up. Anybody has friends who are streaming, of course, let me know. But I think we're making really good progress to Aestrin. So far, this has been an easy journey. Which has been very welcome. Mic's up? Okay. Playing what? I mean, it probably doesn't matter, but I didn't necessarily mean to sleep this long. I kind of wanted to adjust my course since I'm very north right now. But it's fine. We'll just go harder east. Let me see what my course ended up being here while I was sleeping. Yeah. Dead north, basically. That's fine. Okay. Let's see here. Where's my captions? There it is. Tales of the Unknown. Oh, Ninja is also live. How long has Ninja been playing for? 55 minutes. Okay. I think we're gonna go over to Ninja. Actually, I think Mike will be live next Thursday, and I don't think Ninja will be. So, that works out. Ninja's playing Sengoku Dynasty. Japan game. But thanks, as always, for hanging out, everybody. Always fun to have Sailboat game. I will try to fix the control scheme next time, although hopefully you couldn't really tell. It was just a me thing. I doubt that we're going to get to Aestrin next time, but it depends on what the wind does. If we haul like we did on day one, we could definitely make it. I doubt it, though. So, but thanks for hanging out, everybody. I will be back next Tuesday, actually, will be our next Sailboat stream, because next Friday I am doing a marathon run of the Pathless for Speed Docks. So, I'm going to send you over to Ninja, I suppose. Say hi when you get over there. Have a wonderful day and a wonderful weekend, everybody. And I will see you later. Bye!